Mm-hmm.
Is this happen to be at your house?
It does.
Oh, that's fantastic.
One of our, well, yeah, our spare bedroom has a
Oh, wow.
nice booth
Fantastic.
in it. Yeah, I had a smaller one, but I've been doing a lot of recording for the last 3, 4 years in my home.
Yeah. Yeah.
We got a bigger one.
Okay. Fantastic. Yeah, I've seen you and your daughter do some stuff together, and
Yeah.
that was the first thing I wanted to ask you is like, man, I wonder if that's in their house. Fantastic. Okay, live YouTube. All right, let me go ahead and do our little intro, and then we'll get rolling.
All
Oh,
right.
beforehand, what I kind of had planned was this: um, 3 to 4 different people that I will say, just like your daughter does, like
Okay.
in the videos, where you change over if you can.
Mhm. Sure.
We'll do that, and then we'll do a question, 4 more for something
Oh,
like that.
okay.
All right, so that'll be kind of how to kind of flow.
Throw it at me. That's fine.
All right, all right, here we go.
Hello world, this is Kevin from Fiction Factory, and you're listening to DC and DH on the DND Dynamite 80s podcast.
They have been best friends since childhood, played the same sports, attended the same schools, and now they even teach together. You're listening to DC and DH on the D&D Dynamite 80s podcast. So guys, take it away. Yeah, we'll take it away. Another Wednesday night with you, 7 p.m. Central Standard here in Nashville. And yeah, we have Mr. Jim Meskimen with us tonight. Actor, voice actor, done some directing as well.
Yeah.
And we'll get into some of that detail here in just a little bit. And he's kind of related to someone that's very dear to all our hearts.
More than kind of.
Yeah, she was. She definitely, when she was the TV mom, we could relate to her being, hey, that's a great, cool mom. So we'll get into more of that too. Jim, how are you?
I'm good, man. Doing real good. Real good. As
Oh,
you can see, I'm in
but
my booth where I record
right,
a lot of audio
yeah,
stuff. I've
yeah,
done. I do the voice of Colonel Sanders for your radio and your TV commercials. So I've been doing that for a few years, right here out of this here booth.
right, right. And Jim's going. We're going to try to maybe, and I doubt we can. We're going to try to stump him a little bit, maybe. Now, also, Jim, I've got on my list some of my favorites that I've seen you do on the videos.
Mm-hmm.
So those will be a no brainer. Those are easy.
Okay.
Let me get my partner in here real quick. Hey, hey, hey. All right. So anyway, what I was saying, there may be one or two, I doubt it, that you've never done, but I know you can pull it off for sure. Just to,
You're talking about celebrity voices.
oh, absolutely.
Okay, just to
So
clarify.
yeah, yeah. So we'll have a little fun with some '80s stuff tonight.
All right.
All
Great
right.
times. Great
All
times.
right. Absolutely. Absolutely. Dale, can you hear me? DH?
I'm getting there. Give me just a second here.
Gee whiz, man. You're supposed to be like the tech savvy guy, and I have to carry you all the time. It seems to be.
Son, if you have to carry me, your back's going to be tired.
That's true. Can you see Jim? Okay.
Yeah, I see everything
Uh,
switches back and forth. Sorry, I'm running a little late there.
that's okay, man. You're a busy guy when you're an assistant principal.
Well, I just finished with dinner and kids, and they're still here. So when they get finished eating, I'm going to tell them I'll go off for a minute and tell them bye, but I'll still be listening.
I hear you, man. Yeah. Anyway, what I thought we would do, we're going to talk with Jim a little bit about obviously his career, what got him into the improv thing, man, because it's just taken off, and it's awesome, and he is unbelievable talent
Oh,
at
definitely.
this. I just admire what he can do with that. But anyway, he's done a ton of stuff in acting. It's just amazing list of things. So we'll talk about some of that too. But what I thought we would do, DH, is ask a few questions like we do, but in between we will do give him a list of about four or so celebrities from the '80s and see what he can do with them.
I
So
bet.
let's go ahead and do that first. All right.
All right.
Here's my first list. And DH, I know you've seen his videos. and his wonderful daughter does some stuff with him on the videos, and she'll give him a list. So that's what I'll kind of let him do his deal and then switch that particular celebrity.
This is a hell of a windup, guys. This is a hell of a windup.
There you go. All right. No pressure. No pressure. All right, here we go. Harrison Ford.
Okay, you want me to what? Just all of a sudden become Harrison Ford? Is that it? Wow.
Mel Gibson.
Whoa. I wasn't done being Harrison Ford. You don't just jerk an old man around.
I don't want to step on your.
Jesus Christ. All right. Mel Gibson, I'm not Mel Gibson sounds so many different ways because of course he's from Australia originally. Mm-hmm. So there's a slight now, but when you listen to him now, you'd never know that he's from Australia at all. So whether he's wearing it or what, I'm not sure. But what an amazing talent. Great director. Very lively person, very lively personality, very able, active performer.
Right. Hulk Hogan.
No idea.
Okay.
Okay. He looks like, yeah.
Okay. All right. Ronald Reagan.
You're talking about Ronald, the late, great Ronnie Reagan. Well, now that's, he's not in the same category as Hulk Hogan, let me tell you. They're completely different. I think Ronnie Reagan was a Republican. I wouldn't be surprised if Hulk Hogan was a Democrat.
That may be his dilemma. Yeah, that may be the problem that he has. Okay.
At least give me a topic. Give me a topic or something to talk about.
Yeah, here we go. First of all, go ahead, DH.
I'm going to throw in there. I want to hear Bill Clinton ordering at McDonald's drive-thru.
Oh, geez.
Kind of on the nose, isn't it? All right. Well, hey, I got to talk to the Secret Service that are driving this thing. Why don't you go up to the window there and just order me one of everything? Yeah, give me the Dalai Lama. Make me one with everything.
Oh, Jim, obviously, with your mom, who is Marion Ross, who was in the business for.
Let's tee that up. Yeah, my mom is Marion Ross. I'll talk about it since.
Yeah, go ahead.
Marion Ross, who played Marion Cunningham on Happy Days.
Absolutely.
She's an icon, and
absolutely.
she's still with us. I saw her yesterday. She sends her best regards. She's going to be 95 in October.
Fantastic.
That's pretty fast, and she's very healthy. She's lives on her beautiful estate out here, and it's a modest estate, but it's an estate, and which she calls Happy Days Farm. It's not a It's a
fantastic
place with a tennis court and a pool. She's just enjoying her retirement a lot.
Enjoying life. Absolutely.
Everybody that meets her loves her, and she's just an extraordinary person. I appreciate her more all the time.
Absolutely.
Awesome.
Absolutely.
Amazing. It's definitely a blessing when you get our age to still have your parents around.
Very much so.
Yep.
Yeah, one of the things I was kind of curious about is what kind of led you into the world of improv?
Oh, well, it's interesting to me anyway, maybe to you as well. But I grew up in a theatrical family, so I was always interested in plays and actually interested in doing voice work, although I didn't really know what that meant when I was a kid. But I like doing voices, accents, characters, things like that. I like to listen to talk radio more than I listen to rock and roll for a long time. And then I had seen some improv groups perform in college. And I liked it okay. I wasn't like, ooh, I got to get into that. It wasn't whatever group I saw didn't just knock my socks off. And then when I went to New York, I saw another improv group, and they were kind of, I don't know, they were, it was one of these groups that did a lot of blue humor, and they were kind of grab ass. And I don't know, I just wasn't also not associating it with anything that I would want to do. But then I happened to take a kind of an introductory class with a woman who had studied with Del Close, who's one of the great, figures of improv in Chicago. And she was teaching in New York. And the way that she presented improv to me, I suddenly went, oh, now this is an interesting tool for actors that actually might have something to do with me. And then when I saw one of her groups perform, I was like, oh my God, this is right. This hits me right where I live. So I and my wife also, who was just my girlfriend at the time, we both dedicated massive amounts of our life to learning, performing, teaching improv. And to this day, my wife runs a school where one of the things that she does is teach improv every week. So it really opened a lot of doors for me. I did all kinds of shows all over New York. I was in Whose Line Is It Anyway, the British version.
Yes.
And I've done improvised commercial campaigns for stores, improvised television series, and just all kinds of applications of that. And to this day, I feel very comfortable on stage with absolutely no foreplanning. We had a group, we had a wonderful group in the 90s and into the 2000s called the Really Spontaneous Theater Company, and my wife organized that and starred in it. And we did improvised one act plays, and that's about the most fun I've ever had.
Wow.
Well, one of the things that I really enjoyed watching some of the videos and things that are out is it just seems so natural and such a flow for you. So first off, let me just say we appreciate what you do. In today's world, everybody kind of needs that break to get away. And I think you provide a lot of that. So thank you for what you do for everyone.
Oh,
Absolutely.
That's very gracious. Thank you. I appreciate it.
Yeah. Oh, what a special gift to be able to do that.
Oh, definitely.
Well, and anybody can do it. It's not based on how funny are you, how witty are you, how weird are you. It's based on agreement. And can you keep an idea moving? And
wow.
That's all done by saying yes. That's all done by somebody throws something out and you go, you're right. And it's funny because we, having been involved in improv schools in the past, like the one we had in New York, it's very interesting to see that most people, if you just take them off the street, are hardwired to say no and to disagree with one another. And you have to train them to just, because there's no stakes. We're making stuff up, like if one person says to the other person, we're in the jungle and we're both looking for monkeys to take back to the zoo. Most people will go, no, we're not. Or not monkeys. No, we're here for alligators. Or no, it's not for the zoo. We're going to shoot them and stuff them. They will not agree until you get them to all right, just give it a try. Just give it a try.
Right.
And if you can kind of groove it in over time, eventually they stop being so defensive, because we're all really super defensive. Yeah. And that you can kind of defend yourself by just going, no, I don't agree. And if you get people to kind of let down their guard, start to agree, the most amazing magic happens. But it does take a little work. Yeah. But I contend that anybody can learn to do it. I see we've upset Dale by this subject, and I apologize. He's had to go.
That would be the grandkids, I'd say, saying bye to him. So he'll pop back on. This is a good place. Here we go. Arnold Schwarzenegger.
Arnold, is a great Arnold who was not too long ago, or maybe it was governor of California, where I live. I lived here so many years and nobody ever pronounced it California before. So we all learned a great lesson.
Absolutely. How about Bill Gates?
About Bill Gates. Now, he's not someone that we hear from very much. I did his voice for something. I can't recall right now, and I probably shouldn't mention it anyway on account of the SAG strike. But if I remember, he's got a kind of a weedy little voice like this. Yeah, don't know.
Tom Cruise.
I don't do Tom Cruise because I have so much respect for him. And also, he's got a much higher register than I do, to be honest.
Okay. All right.
But,
here's one that I love that you do, though. Tom Cruise. Yeah. Robert De Niro.
Robert De Niro, of course. Yeah. There he is. Dale shows up. That's nice.
Yes. Sorry. I'm sorry.
No, it's nice. No, believe me, I understand. You get your own podcast. You can come and go as you please.
Hey, in the words, and I'm going to try to do one. I'm not very good at this, but I'm going to try to do one. In the words of Hulk Hogan, Hey, brother, when the grandkids come by, brother, you got to stop. Not very
Yes.
good. Near
That's
your
okay.
That's
But
okay.
yes,
Hey,
you're
better than
correct.
mine.
Yeah. Hey, every other word is brother. So you're spot on.
That's the only part I know.
Yeah.
That was
Brother.
amazing.
Yeah.
Robert De
That was
Niro.
pretty good. That's pretty good,
And thank
actually.
you
Thank you.
for obliging me while I met with our couple grandkids by
Oh, we
there.
had a
My
good time.
We talked
grandkids,
about you the whole time.
Oh, man. All right. Let's talk about a little bit of the acting part of things. Apollo 13,
yes.
The Grinch,
Yes.
Frost Nixon, which is awesome.
Yes.
Punisher Not Forgotten. Just to name a few, man.
Yeah. Well, as a SAG actor, unfortunately I'm on strike right now, so I won't be talking about those projects. However, I will talk to you about in general.
Yeah.
Being an actor is why I'm an actor. How about that? Because
Yeah,
people,
there you go.
people could go to my IMDb page and look at all the credits, and I have been an actor for a long time. I forget how long. Pretty
Yeah.
long.
Yeah.
And I expect to be one again.
Right.
Right now, I'm doing audiobooks and voiceovers.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
mainly doing and live performing. But the reason why, it took me a while to figure out why I wanted to commit myself to being an actor.
Mm,
Because I obviously grew up in an acting household.
sure.
My home was, home life, and my existence was financed by an actress, Marion Ross, who was a single mom, by the way, raised my sister and I.
Yeah.
And that's a nice challenge. That's a nice challenge.
Oh, wow. Yeah.
I mean, I'm
Yeah.
married, happily
Kudos.
married. I have one
Yeah.
child who's now in her 30s, but that was tough, I thought. So my mom, with all her gumption and energy, she did very well. But I know that she had, from an early age, like age 15 on, this strong desire and impetus to be an actress and to, really have her name on a marquee. That's why she changed her name, the spelling of her name, Marion, which had been Marian. She changed it to O-N.
To O-N. Yeah.
Because she thought it would look better on the marquee.
On the marquee. Interesting.
So, just very, like some people are like that. Maybe you're like that. I wasn't. I was divided because I also like to draw pictures. I like to paint, and I had a separate career as an artist. And I had to kind of figure out, well, what was it about acting that was honorable enough for me? Not that I'm a super honorable person or, any kind of white knight, but what was it about it that made it worthy to dedicate your life to, and that you could stand up and go, this is what I do, and I'm proud of what I do. And it took me a while to figure that out because on the surface of it, especially because it was sort of confusing being on the outskirts of this Happy Days phenomenon, where this super popular show in an era when there were 3 channels, this super popular show that sort of took America by storm and other parts of the world too, was very splashy and frothy and exciting. But, it didn't really have anything to do with me, and it didn't actually have too much to do with our life too much. It was not being an actress or an actor in a hit TV show is not all parties and red carpets and applause. It's just a lot of doing what everybody does, going to the store and getting your laundry done. And sure, if you're like a billionaire or something, then you've got everybody doing whatever and taking care of you. But my mom was still a very hands-on person all through the Happy Days years, right?
Yeah.
So I got a little confused about it because I thought, well, maybe I'm just sort of seduced by all this glamour. What is it about it that I really would want to do?
Yeah.
Laugh and have fun and goof around and, be treated like royalty. And that didn't sit right with me. I thought that was a little hollow for me. So it took me a while to figure it out. And eventually, just to cut to the actual important point, I realized that, well, a good purpose would be, for me, I've been influenced and enjoyed performances by great actors all my life. And when I enjoy a performance, whatever it is, it could be in a cartoon, it could be in a film or a TV show or on stage, it gives me something. It gives me this sensation of excitement or emotion or being alive or somehow, I don't know, it elevates you. It can create a lot of different effects in a person. I thought, now, if you had the goal to then return that or to do that for people, create that effect on an audience, that would be an honorable goal. And once I struck that as my own sort of reason for dedicating the rest of my life to it, I was like, okay, I get it. Yeah. If I can excite people, if I can thrill people, if I can make people laugh, make them feel better, inspire them, whatever,
sure, that's
a good purpose. And then if people want to heap all kinds of money at you and throw cars and whatever and big
just tops it.
Red carpets, fine. But it's all, as empty as it ever was. But the effect on others is what really counts.
Yeah, and you're doing currently you're doing some of that.
Yes.
You're doing some live shows.
Yeah, I'm back doing live shows. I haven't done any.
How's that going? How are you enjoying
great,
that?
Great. I'm so excited. Yeah. I just did one this weekend, a 40-minute show just to open up for this wonderful organization on Sunday, and I'm planning to do some shows next month. So I just was talking to my wife about when she's got some dates open in her theater / school where I can perform and continue to do that. I've done live performing at various points all through my life, and it's the best because you have the immediate satisfaction of hearing people laugh and gasp and take, I also do a fair amount of improv in the show too. So I'll take suggestions. I get volunteers to do various things. And it just is for me, it's a real high.
Yeah.
Okay. Jim, I'm going to throw you a curveball here now.
Okay.
I'm going to ask you a question. I want you to answer it in Al Pacino's voice. And the question is, what do you accredit the longevity of your career? What has made you continue to want to do what you're doing and made you successful at it?
Well, Dale, thank you. First of all, that is a great question. So, my longevity, I have to say, one word, roughage. Fibrous vegetable. Keeps you going, keeps you young. I want to tell you, keeps you young. Hoo-ah!
Oh man. So you led me into the next little group here. How about one of my all-time favorites he does. How about a little Christopher Walken?
Christopher Walken, probably the most imitated American actor ever. Why? Because his music is so, I'm talking about his voice. Music of his spoken voice is so unique. Nobody ever spoke like this before, apparently. And he's an elegant man. A great. We lost him again. Dale, he's driving. I hope he didn't run over something. Did he go into a sinkhole? There he is. Dale, God, are you all right?
You're muted.
Don't scare me. Don't scare me like that.
Laughing so hard, I got disconnected.
Hey, did you drive? He was saying you drove off the road. We thought you had gone into the ditch.
My wife is actually driving so hard, I think she did. That was amazing. Right?
Oh wow!
Careful, please.
Yeah.
DC, I'm gonna let DC.
Oh wow! How about Sylvester Stallone?
Sylvester Stallone, yeah. Here's a guy, a very inspirational guy, Sylvester Stallone. He insisted on starring in Rocky. He wrote that script. Everybody wanted a script. He took it all over Hollywood, and they said, yeah, we'd like to get Robert Redford to be in it. He said, well, you out of your mind? It's got to be me. And, we still see Rocky today reinventing himself. Not just Rocky. I mean, Sly Stallone. He may have written The Expendables, but he's proven that he himself is not expendable. You know what I mean?
Oh wow! How about Dan Aykroyd?
That's an interesting voice. I don't know that everybody would necessarily recognize Dan Aykroyd's voice. I listened to him. Actually, I just happened to listen to him yesterday talking about a strange thing that happened to him where he was talking to Britney Spears on the phone while he was crossing the street, and these men in black were looking at him, and all of a sudden he was canceled off of some show like in a second. But he's not a boy. We don't know Dan Aykroyd necessarily for his voice. We know him for his characters and his, his presence, his sense of humor and stuff like that.
Right. How about his buddy, Bill Murray?
Well, that would be a good impression to be able to do, huh? That would be a good one. I confess, I do not have a Bill Murray. I'll humor you a little bit here and say there's a possibility that there's I could probably attempt such a thing, but like I say, not exactly in my wheelhouse. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I know you can do this one though, Steve Martin.
Steve Martin, yeah, so sort of in the same milieu, to use a Scandinavian term for a cheese machine. Steve Martin, what an incredible talent, what a great writer, what a brilliant mind, what white hair, what we can just so much. What a banjo player, what a cultural icon.
And can play a banjo with the arrow through his head.
That's right. That's tricky.
That's tricky. That's right. Oh wow. Let me ask it this way: TV, improv, or movies? Which one? I know you do other things too. Is there one of them that you really, really it's above the others as a passion?
All these different things you mentioned, they're just ways of reaching people. They're just like platforms. They're and they have different sorts of audiences and they have different sorts of parameters. As an actor, I think if you talk to most of us, I think you'll find a lot of people that are quite promiscuous actually about it. It'll be absolutely anything is fine for us, as long as we're reaching. I mean, if it's a Zoom call like this one, it's perfectly okay because we're still creating and reaching out to people.
Yeah.
What
I think really intrigues me. Go ahead, DH.
I think it's time for the question of the night.
I knew it was coming
because you always say I influence.
All right, who's he going to impersonate?
William Shatner. And I want you to ask the question because you say I always do.
Okay, all right. So in Willie Shatner, huh? Okay.
I think he usually goes by Bill, but Willie Shatner.
Yes.
The dry cleaner.
So here's the question that we like to give all our guests, and we change it up. Here it is: Prince or Michael Jackson? The whole spectrum of their work. Who would you have to go with? William Shatner.
Well, I think one has to appreciate the fact that they're two completely different artists. One was sort of an incredible self-taught polymath. Prince could play a variety of musical instruments. He could write and compose and create whole compositions all by himself. Michael Jackson, of course, grew up in a family. He was part of a whole group for a long time, and so they come from completely different disciplines. So it's really apples and oranges. I mean, you certainly can't discard either of them. They are magnificent artists beyond this universe.
There you go. So it's a tie.
It's a tie. It's 50.
So
Dutch treat.
Our own breakfast.
It's Dutch treat for our post interview meeting on Friday at the Waffle House. So neither one of us have to buy. We just buy our own. Thank you, Jim. I appreciate that. That saves me another big bill.
Here to help.
All right. I got to do this before we let you go and get all the neat stuff that you got coming up, all that stuff, and how everybody can follow you. And I want to tell you this before we do that. I want to mention this. With all the buildup to this podcast that we did, advertisement-wise on our social media, I have never in my life seen so many likes.
Oh.
Fantastic. Yes. I mean, unreal. I would look, there's 20. Look again in 5 minutes, there's 15 new ones. And they were all because we were
I'm a likable guy. I mean,
darn right.
I'm a likable guy. Nothing wrong with that. It's nothing that I'm not, nothing to be ashamed of, right?
Right. I'm with you. Likable guys. Absolutely the truth. All right, here we go. Yeah, go ahead.
And why? I was going to say, we understand why there were so many likes. I mean, what an amazing, I'm over here still laughing.
Just stay on the road, man. Just stay on the road.
Stay on the road. Watch the sinkholes. I thought
Not
we'd
the
lost
ditch.
the sinkhole.
Stay on the road. Okay, here it is. Here it is. I've got to see what comes out of these. Arthur Fonzarelli.
Hey, Arthur Fonzarelli. Back in the day, Henry Winkler's great creation with Gary Marshall. He's one of the only people I know that has his jacket in the Smithsonian Institution. And most of us have our jackets in the back of the closet. He's got it in an incredible institution in Washington, D.C., not far from you.
There you go.
But the funny thing is that Henry Winkler, if you talk to Henry Winkler, has a completely different voice, a very modulated voice, very kindly. Make sure that you understand exactly what he's saying.
Right.
He's almost pedantic in that way. He's like a professor.
Yeah.
Everything has an impact. It all lands really easily. And he's friendly. And we just had a little interchange today because he's narrating a book that a friend of mine is producing. And so I said hi to him today through a intermediary.
Oh, fantastic. Richie Cunningham.
Well, it's Ron Howard. Yeah. And I've done my Ron Howard impression quite a lot because he's, of course, directed me in several films about which I will not speak today. But what a lovely guy. And I've known him since he was about 19 years old, and I was about 13 or 14, and a lovely guy and a really great director, obviously. But I mean, he's an easy, fun, and comfortable director to work with.
Yeah,
so I look forward to one day working with him again.
Yeah. Howard Cunningham.
Tom Bosley. Well, yes. Tom Bosley was not the most pleasant person, but he made a good, Howard Cunningham. And, what can you say about Tom? My mother learned to get along with Tom Bosley.
Sure.
Took some doing.
And finally, how about Mrs. C, Marion Cunningham?
You're asking me to do an impression of my mother.
She'd love it.
Yeah. She's such a doll. I can't do her voice anymore. I feel like I'm always doing a little bit of an impression of her. We're so similar looking.
Sure.
Our voices are so.
And that was what I was going to mention. Is I agree with that 100%.
Yeah,
absolutely. The look and some of the mannerisms and things you could tell.
Yeah,
there's no doubt.
She's a real peach. She's a treasure. That's for sure.
That's fantastic. Well, Jim, we appreciate all the time that you
didn't ask me to do George W. Bush. I guess you kind of a prejudice against ex-presidents or a president against ex-prejudices.
Right.
Ex machina. Whatever.
Hey, can you do a senior Bush as well?
You're just never satisfied, are you? You can move me on to some other area where I'm completely weak. Like a savage negotiator.
There you go.
The older Bush before they wired his jaw shut so he wouldn't talk about the CIA was more or less like
this. Of course, is Robin Williams. Like, we didn't even touch on Robin Williams. We were come past him. Could have folded right in with the Happy Days thing, but no, you had other agenda. That's fine.
Yeah.
Trying to keep Dale on the road. That's the important thing.
Oh wow.
No, I'm going to lose DC. He's going to have a choking fit. Please, gentlemen.
I'm not.
Just a half an hour walk a day. That's all I ask.
Oh man. Jim Meskimen, we appreciate it so much. Hey, give us a little look into the future of some stuff that you got coming up and how everybody, we follow you, all of you, obviously, but what's all the social media stuff?
Instagram at Jimpressions. Actually, Jimpressions is probably the easiest thing for people to remember. You go on YouTube. You find me on Jimpressions. I think Instagram, TikTok is my name. I'm doing a lot on TikTok.
Yep.
And I'll be performing live in Los Angeles very soon. And audiobooks. If your fans
Yeah.
like audiobooks, I've narrated probably 200 or 300 audiobooks, and something I
Fantastic.
enjoy doing. In fact, I just finished doing one with my family. This one here, L. Ron Hubbard, Riders of the Future, Volume 39.
There
a
you
collection
go.
of great science fiction fantasy stories. My wife, my daughter, and I narrated all the stories in an audiobook, and that's available on Audible. And it was
Oh, wow.
super fun to
Yeah.
do.
So everybody get that one for sure. Fantastic stuff.
I can talk about that. Other things I can't talk about.
Sure. Yeah. And we hope all that gets settled very,
It's
very
all
soon.
Quickly.
Yeah. Very quickly.
Very quickly.
Hey, Jim, if you'll hold right there, we'll kind of wrap it up. DH, you want to take it? Just don't
Yes,
run off the
sir.
road.
I'll take it away from. No, I'm good. I got a wife's drive.
Okay.
I was laughing too hard. I couldn't have drove through that.
Right.
Jim,
Right.
I really appreciate you joining us. I really appreciate you taking your time. Sorry I wasn't in studio, but folks, I will be back in studio next week. I'm going to make that happen. As I always
I hope you're back. I hope you're with me Saturday night, by the way.
got that special coming up live.
Yeah.
Which
Live Saturday night. Yeah.
You can catch us, DND Dynamite 80s. Catch us on Spotify. Catch us on YouTube, on TikTok, on I'm totally going blank here. Facebook.
All the socials until they kick us off.
Anything we can put our ugly faces on, we're out there just
There you
to
go.
see us. So join us live. Give us a like. Give us a share. And folks, as I always end off, remember, it doesn't cost anything extra to be kind. So always be kind to each other. Over to you, DC.
Amen, brother. Amen. Here's our sponsors real quick, and we'll get out of here. We would like to thank our sponsors, Hudson's Flags and More, veteran owned and operated, the Nesting Project of Smyrna, Tennessee, and our newest sponsor, PJG Marketing. You can find all these great folks online. Yes, you can. PJG Marketing. We'll have Pam Green from Texas is where she lives. She is our digital marketing guru. So if you need any digital marketing, she can take care of it. But we'll have Pam Green as our actual guest next week, man.
Yes.
So we're excited about that. She's done a lot of wonderful stuff for us, and we'll catch up with her. Saturday night, by the way, Rubik's Groove, the 80s, 90s, and 2000s tribute. Oh, what a band, a party band. They're going to be playing down on Broadway in Nashville, and we're going to be filming backstage. We're going to be doing some stuff in front, interview them behind the scenes and all that good stuff, our friends with the Rubik's Groove. So come on out to that show. No, can't come out to that show if you don't have your tickets sold out. So there you go. They want to see us as well, DH.
That's why they sold out.
That's why they sold out. Once again, Jim Meskimen, we appreciate your time, the best of your family. We enjoy the videos so much.
So glad.
And the very, very best of your mother. Give her, a hello from us.
I will.
Yes.
She's close to our hearts, that's for sure.
I shall. Thank you so much, guys. Okay, take care.
All right.
Thank you.
All right. And for DC, another wonderful guest there, DH.
Oh, amazing. I'm going to be honest with you. I don't think I've laughed that much on one of our shows.
Well, if your wife drives y'all off in the ditch almost, then it's pretty funny stuff. And he is absolutely hilarious. I knew it would be a great interview. He's a great guy, and we appreciate him giving us some time for us tonight. That's for sure. So anyway, brother, look forward to Saturday night with you. That's going to be some cool stuff for us. By the way, you YouTubers and TikTokers that are on, we're going to be running some live stuff there at the show and give you some, kind of the behind the scenes, and then give you a little bit of the taste of their actual concert as well. So we're excited about that. We appreciate them, asking us to be their guest and all that good stuff. So that's going to be exciting stuff, man.
It's going to be a great show.
Yeah.
Busy time of year. I mean, we are looking now through September.
No, let me give you the news. We're booked all the way until November now.
November. We made a little progress.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So our first open date is in November, which is a blessing. We couldn't do it without you guys following along. Here in a couple of weeks, I'm excited about this one. I sent out a little information about that today, so to some of our friends to kind of get the word spread. So we're excited about the tribute to the old high school days coming up on August the 2nd. I think folks will get a kick out of that one too. Yeah, we're doing a little bit of different stuff here and there, throwing in a little spice here and there with our show.
Good.
Absolutely. All right, brother. Take care. Folks, we appreciate you again, all your comments and all that. Next time when we're back in studio with DH, we'll try to get you questions answered and all that stuff.
Next week.
It's all good. It's all good. And as DC always wraps it up, keep playing them 80s, and we'll see you next time. We'll see you Saturday night. Saturday night, about 7:00 Central Standard. We'll come on and do a little bit of prep work and get you ready for a little Rubik's Groove.
Sounds good.
All right.